Believe it or not, home prices are dropping.
Nice. That's awesome.
I know. You're like,
Orlando, not in my area. It's not dropping. What are you talking about?
well, we're gonna get into it, guys. I have to show you where prices are dropping so that you can see that these prices are going in the direction that we all want them to go. But before we get into that, my name is Orlando. Welcome to the channel, guys. As always, please like and subscribe. Check in the description. I have some great stuff in there for you, some courses on investing and a YouTube course. But let's jump into it. It says, list prices are creeping downward after years of inflation. Now, if you haven't been living underneath a rock, then you know that things are becoming more and more expensive, aka inflation. We know that going to the grocery store today is higher than it was a couple of years ago. We know that getting things done for your home, we know buying a car, doing basically anything today is costing more than it did before. And that's because of inflation, guys. And it's not going anywhere if the Fed doesn't do anything to dampen the demand. Now, we do know that the Fed has said that we're gonna raise rates 2 more times this year, and they're doing a wait and see approach. They want the data that lags to come in so they can make a decision. And so we're gonna wait to see what the Fed does, if he actually holds to his word and raises rates. And that's gonna be a pinnacle point, because what we do know is that when rates go up, demand comes down. And that's what we want for the housing market. After years of steady increases, the median list price for a home in the United States has finally dropped, if only a little, according to Realtor.com June housing report. The 0.9% decrease is the first downward movement report since the company began publishing its trend research in 2017. Now, guys, what does this mean? And is this good? And I want to say, yes, it is. You know, it's 1% basically, right? I get that. I can just see it in my comments now.
Orlando, that's nothing. What are you talking about? I was looking for 100% decrease. I wanted a house for $1.
I can see it. I can see everybody saying, this is nothing, man. What are you talking about? And I would say, you gotta have patience, guys. Look, if things are going down, it's the start. Everything has to start from somewhere, right? Everything starts from somewhere, and the housing market is going down that direction. We still have to deal with inflation. We still have to deal with jobs. We still have to deal with a lot of things that's going on in the economy. So can we have some patience here? Can we exercise? Let's have a talk right now. Can we, as a group, exercise some patience here? You know, how long was it before everything started ramping up? How long did we have for everything going in one direction? Was it 12 years? What was it 12 years? But yet, people in my comment section are like, Orlando, it's been 6 months, 1 year. We need that downturn and correction to happen right now. I'm like, man, come on.
Y'all take a chill.
And this is one of the biggest things that I love to explain. You can buy a house if you want to. Look, no one is controlling you not to buy. Look, you can do whatever you want. I'm just telling you my information, my opinion, and giving you a different outlook on things. But at the end of the day, if you want to buy a house right now and overpay, if you want to buy a house and you don't think it's overpaying, if you want to get an ARM and a variable rate, you want to do whatever you want. It's your prerogative. You can do it. I'm just trying to give you information to make the best decision for you. You hear that? The best decision for you. So if that decision is, I'm going to sit on the sidelines with a purpose and wait until prices come down because I see the writing on the wall, there's a bunch of red flags, the risk for me is too high, then great. I'm happy to give you that information. But if you're on the opposite end of this and you're like,
Orlando, I don't see what you're talking about. I'm gonna jump into the market right now, and I don't really care what the price is. I think the price is fair.
Hey, by all means, do what you do. It is no big deal to me, and it's no judgment. You'd have to do what's best for you. I'm just giving you this information so that it makes it easier for you to do it or not. You know, homes remain expensive and high mortgage interest rates have made them less affordable than equally priced homes a year ago. Although the report showed that the number of active listings rose by 7% over a year, there are still half as many homes on the market as in pre-pandemic 2019. And this is an important point also to make. This is the reason why we're going in this direction where prices are seeing a slight decrease. It's because demand, with high interest rates and it being unaffordable, and with prices previously going up, and up, it's become unaffordable. It is extremely expensive on a monthly basis for individuals to say,
You know what? I'm gonna buy this house, even though I can't afford it monthly.
because unfortunately, the way a lot of people look at homes is on a monthly basis. They're looking at it and saying, you know what? Can I afford this $2,000 payment? Can I afford this $3,000 payment? And if they can't afford it, then that's it. It doesn't really matter about the price, but that is what I'm trying to get people to think about. Is I'm trying to make you understand that the price, the whole thing, not just the monthly payment, is the big issue. You need to go into buying a home and looking at the overall price. If you're going to buy a home, you're going to pay $100,000 or $50,000 over asking, but you see that the monthly payment is affordable, you're still overpaying for that home. That is what I'm trying to knock home on these videos. It's the price of the home. It's not the interest rate. I have continued to say that, and I'm hoping I'm knocking it home for some people to look at the home buying process as the purchase price, not the interest rate. So if you look at here, it says welcome price drops to 20 metro areas among National's 50 largest, in which list pricings changed the most in June, from June 2022 to June 2023. We take a look at Austin, we take a look at Houston. Austin is at 6.8% change. Now guys, I've talked about Austin over and over and over. Austin is having a big change. I just saw data on Houston as they're pumping 43,000 additional apartment units into that market. To me, that is insane. That is insane. They're continuing to pump more units into the Austin market. There's construction and more construction on apartment rental units in Austin. So what I want to hear is if there's anyone who lives in Austin, I would love to hear your comments. What are you seeing when it comes to that rental market in Austin and the housing market in Austin? Are you seeing tons of for sale signs? Are you seeing price drops? And then we go and look at Houston, we look at Raleigh, we look at San Antonio, Detroit, Dallas, Miami. Look at this, Miami. That is a really big key for me. That is the one city that people have been commenting.
Orlando, when is Florida gonna have a drop? When is Miami gonna have a drop?
Now we see that there is a drop. Now it's small, but it's still there. We're going in the right direction. And so we're seeing this price drop happen when it comes to list price. Now, does that mean that you have to offer what the list price is? No, it doesn't. Me personally, I would wait for things to drop further. There are a lot of things coming on the horizon, guys. We have rate increases that the Fed is going to say that is going to make a big change in the market as rates continue to go up. And then we have winter coming, which is another big thing. And then I want to see how that affects jobs. We have holiday season coming up. Once again, I have always said this. When holiday season comes, it will show you how much money people have in their savings account. Are people going to be able to have enough money to have the best Christmas ever? No. Last year we saw the same thing happen as individuals' savings account dropped. And as we know, I just did a video where I just talked about savings dropping to a low of $533. That is crazy. That is crazy. So as we get to those holiday months, what is going to show when it comes to people buying things and purchasing things? Are people going to overextend themselves like they always do?
Stop it.
And putting themselves more into debt and being taken advantage of by these credit card companies? Or are we going to see a significant pullback and retailers and everybody else do what they always do when profits drop? Fire people.
Somebody had to go.
We know that's going to happen. The number one thing a company's going to do when they lose money is what, guys? We talk about it all the time. Fire you. That's what's going to happen. Layoffs after layoffs after layoffs. So even though you can't buy a house for $10 at the moment, This is still great news, guys. It really is. A 1% drop going into the direction of houses just dropping. In some areas, it's more. This is nationwide. We're talking nationwide. We're not talking local area, because if we were talking local area, look at this. Austin is at almost 7%. That's a little bit different than the 1% nationally. But we're seeing nationally prices go down by 1%. This is a great start, guys, and a lot more things to happen. That's the reason why you need to watch this channel, so that you keep updated on what's going on in the housing market, financial news, and get into your first rental property, guys. I promise you, you need to watch this video here. The information that it will give you will be gold. I will see you in the next one, guys. Thanks.